I'm excited to introduce to you my friend, Lori Lightfoot. She was elected mayor. This mayor led us through COVID-19. We had some tough times, but she was our leader and she got our people through it. She made sure we had the resources and she was steadfast in making sure that we were all safe. She balanced the budget when people said that she couldn't. She did her job and she still did her job. City, and she has effectually changed. She's leading the way by helping to revitalize impoverished areas of the city, specifically on the west and south sides. Yes, sir. This mayor is deserving of our support as she seeks re-election to lead this great city. And on this day, I'm excited to announce that on behalf of the Chicago Local APWU Executive Board, we have voted to endorse on behalf of and at this time, I want to introduce to you Lori Lightfoot, our mayor of the city of Chicago.
Let me step from behind this podium a bit. I can remember so clearly the first time I came into this union hall. And it was with a lot of pride, but I will say I was also very nervous because this is a very important moment for me. And now 4 years later, thinking about all that we've been through, it is an incredible honor for me to accept this endorsement. And I think some of you know, but my sister is a postal worker. She works outside of Atlanta. And I've talked to her, obviously, extensively about the challenges that you all have faced, how tough your jobs had become, particularly during the last administration, how difficult the postmaster, frankly, made your lives. And what I'm committed to do is make sure that I continue to use my voice to advocate with folks in Washington, D.C., to make sure that you have the resources that you need, that you've got proper working conditions, and that you're able to just do your job. Because that's what I know you all want. And so you should know that in me, you're going to have a tireless advocate who's going to continue to do what is necessary to make sure that I uplift and highlight the challenges you face, but also the opportunities to make sure that your jobs are good. You are making tremendous sacrifices to make sure that the work gets done in the Postal Service. You are the backbone of the Postal Service, and I want to make sure that you have everything that you need. And as you just heard from your leadership, this has been a tough time for our entire city. And you all in particular never stopped. You didn't get to work from home. There was no remote working. You were on the front lines every single day. You were on the front lines every single day at a time when many of us didn't know a lot about COVID other than it was deadly and it spread quickly. And yet you persevered every single day without fail, because that's what the job demanded. And so it is with great pride and humility that I accept your endorsement. And let me just tell you, I take nothing for granted, and neither should you. I need your help every single day. We've got to get out there, we've got to knock on doors, we've got to make sure that we get the petition signatures that are needed to make sure that we are on the ballot. But we've importantly got to spread the word about what has happened in this city and the commitment that I have made and hopefully you have seen and felt in your neighborhoods. The fact that I have been unapologetic about making sure that Black and brown neighborhoods get the resources that are necessary for these neighborhoods to thrive. And that has a direct effect on people in this union and the other affiliated unions, because you're in those neighborhoods. You live in those neighborhoods. You're working in those neighborhoods. And when we are rebuilding the streets and the infrastructure, when we are giving young people hope and job opportunities, when we are doing the work that's necessary to bring vertical construction, affordable housing, and all the other things that we have been working on diligently despite a pandemic, that is going to show up in the quality of life in neighborhoods in which all of you live. That is what we are trying to do. So the choice in this election is very clear. Do we continue to move forward? Do we continue to make progress on the things that we know make a difference in making sure that all of Chicago has the benefit of resources that every neighborhood should have, but too many have been starved of for decades? Or are we going to take a different course? Because you need to look at the other people throwing their name in a hat.
Right.
You need to look at what they are doing, what they are saying, and whether or not, when they're elected officials who have been around for a long time, what have they done to benefit your communities?
Right.
When they are new people that are jumping in, let's think of it for a better Chicago today and tomorrow. And I will tell you, I will put my record up and our administration's record up against any and all comers. Because we have done more in 3.5 years through a pandemic, through an economic recession, through civic unrest. We have done more in 3.5 years than any other administration before us in recent Chicago history. Right. Now, you know Harold wanted to do a lot of the things that we're accomplishing today, but he was prevented from doing so. We have picked up the baton from that time, and we are running it forward. And so the choice is, do we keep running forward? Do we keep making progress for black and brown neighborhoods, for working class families in this city, or do we not? That choice could not be more stark. Lots of pretenders to the throne. Lots of false prophets for those of you who are people of faith. But you've got to look at who's been delivering. Not just talking, but who's been delivering. And I think when you ask yourself that question, the choice is clear. This administration has delivered and will continue to deliver because we need to make sure that in a great global city like the city of Chicago, no neighborhood is left behind. So folks, that's the journey that I'm excited about what we continue to get done together, but we take nothing for granted. We got to knock on those doors. We got to talk in those Facebook groups. We got to make sure that we are putting out the word of what this administration has done and what we will continue to do for all the residents in Chicago in every neighborhood. We all have to be a part of the prosperity, not just some, every single one of us. So again, I am honored to accept this endorsement. I'm glad and grateful that you all are going to be out there hitting the doors and streets with us. We need your help. And I'm excited that you're on Team Lightfoot. Thank you very much.
Our manager for us. She stands up with us when we call her, she comes. I cannot think of a better person for us to give our adjustment to. In the past, it's local. It's not common for us to do it. But I know what Lori Lightfoot is doing for Chicago. I know what she's doing for my community. I know what she's doing for your community. It's not time to turn the lights on. We need to keep it on and keep Lori Lightfoot in charge. For the Lightfoot campaign to give us some words.
We are the CTA workers, and we stand proud with you all here to in this endorsement for our wonderful mayor, my sister, a woman with a heart for the working class, and she's not there to kiss, but she takes care of her business for all labor. I'm not just saying this. I am a part of her team. Did y'all hear that? I'm in labor. I am a part of her team. I am a proud part of her team. And the reason why I'm a proud part of her team, in life you get what you inspect, not what you expect, right? I have been inspecting this mayor for years. I have been sitting up under mayors for years, 31 years to be exact, in the labor movement, where none did zero. Her first time in, her word was her bond. She showed up in the middle of a pandemic, and she showed up for labor movement. This is the best contract any mayor, let me repeat that, any mayor has ever gave the labor movement. So now I charge you all Jesus and just sing and keep it moving. Got it? See you all later.
From the Life Campaign, I want to give opportunity for my brother from the National Association of Letter Carriers, Black Julian, to give us a word.
APWU, you all know how to have a rally, don't you? Thank you. I am Max Julian, President of the National Association of Letter Carriers, your brothers and sisters, right here in Chicago, postal workers. First, let me give a shout out and a thank you to your president, Keith, and everything that he's been doing alongside with me. You know, a lot of the times, and I hear it a lot, you know, people say, I always see you on TV, you're always out here doing this and doing that. Well, you know, I'm advocating not only on behalf of letter carriers, but I'm advocating on behalf of postal workers and the postal service.
All right.
You know, making sure that we have a viable, strong post office in this country and in this city. And Keith has been one hell of a partner. When we were rallying and marching to get postal reform and all that stuff, Keith was right there with me all over the city. It got to the point where it was actually our customers who started having these rallies because they were fighting for their post office. And they were asking us to be out there. A lot of times, if I wasn't out there, Keith was out there. So he's been a great partner, and I thank him for putting this together today. I want to thank our mayor. You know, I know is, you know, the sister was just talking about the contract that they got with CTA, and I see how it would be easy for people to have this disconnect in that, you know, we're federal employees. Right. And this is local, right? But the mayor has worked with us on a lot of things that, at the end of the day, our members work in this city. Our members live in this city. So the issues that affect everybody in this city affect our members as well, and obviously that affect us. Our letter carriers are out there in every neighborhood. Like you said, COVID didn't stop us. Weather don't stop us. You know, we're out there. And it was one thing I said, the mayor called me on this. I said, look, now we can do rain, snow, sleet, we can do cold, but we ain't doing bullets. And the mayor said, you know, she's really worked with us. We had, of course, you all recall a sister who was shot a few times last year, and the mayor was right out there in the rally, and we've been working with her and with the Postal Service and the Postal Inspection Service to do everything we can to keep our members safe. And I want to applaud the mayor and her team for, you know, anything that we've reached out to them for. They've been right there. You know, we had our national convention here last month, and honestly, I went to the mayor and said, you know, there are people who are concerned that they just need to come to Chicago. And she's like, look, man, you know, we know, because we're Chicagoans, right? And she said, look, everything you want to be, that's the safest place that you can be. And I'm going to tell you, Mayor, to a person, everyone talks about what a great time that they had in Chicago. But you know, because
And hopefully they spend a lot of money.
yeah, you know, because quite honestly, and it holds true for the mayor, you know, a lot of things that go on in the city, you know, Chicago gets a bad rap or a bad image everywhere, and there's a lot of people walk away and say they're glad they came and they will be coming back to spend more money because Chicago is a great city. And I want to thank the mayor for working with us on everything they do. We got some initiatives that we're working on now to keep our members out there safe, and you know, what's just good for our members is good for the Postal Service as a whole and good for all of our customers. So, again, Mayor, I want to thank you and look forward to the opportunity of you coming to our Union Hall and talking to our members again. And we're doing all we can to ride with you, and like you said, we'll ride with the lights on, right?
Thank you, Brother Julian. Now I'm going to bring up Sophia Bayo from the Life Campaign. She's going to talk about the petitions and what we need to do to keep our mayor in office, to keep her working on our behalf. Because again, she is the best choice of all the candidates, no matter what they're saying or what they're doing. This lady is working for us. She has provided for us. And we need to keep this important leader in our ranks so she can keep serving us, our children, you know, your aunts, nieces, cousins, we need Lori Lightfoot to keep leading us now into the future. So now I bring up Sophia, that's going to be able to talk about this important topic.
Hi everyone, I'm so excited to be here, and I'm so excited to go over petitions with you. Everybody in their packet has 5 sheets of paper in it, okay? The one on top is the instructions, which I'm going to go over right now. The second sheet is the sample petition, okay? So we're going to go over this, and then you have 3 petition sheets as well. So going over them real quick, this is the more boring part of the rally, but I'll do my best to give you a good day. So I think the very first thing is, on the petition, is whoever signs needs to be a U.S. citizen and reside in the city of Chicago, and also be a registered voter. I will say, a lot of people don't know if they're registered to vote, they just moved, etc. If that happens, don't worry, just let them know on the Chicago Board of Elections site. Like, they can just go on and it's very intuitive, they can register to vote on the website. So if they're not sure, just send them there, they can do it on their phone, and then they just sign in the first column, then print their name and their address. If anyone is like, oh, but what happens with the information? It's illegal for us to sell anything. All of the petitions, we just turn them into the Board of Elections, and then we never see them again. It is just so that the Board of Elections can verify that they are registered voters in the city of Chicago. That's it. So that's pretty simple. You know, just get everybody you know to sign, right? Family, take it to parties, take it everywhere you go. It's just to get the mayor on the ballot. Like, we need this to get the mayor on the ballot. This is the most important thing to do on the campaign. If the mayor isn't on the ballot, she can't be working for us. So we need to get as many signatures as we can. And I would say the most important thing is, besides getting as many signatures as you can, for me, is to please use black pen, okay? You can technically use rainbow colored pen. You can technically use a highlighter. If you don't find a pen, like, use whatever you can to get someone to sign. The reason that I ask that you all use black pen is because I need to read all of these and verify these people are registered to vote. And if you want me to have my eyesight when the mayor runs for her 3rd term, I need you all to use black pen. So again, if it's not a black pen, if you couldn't do it, that's fine. The signature is still good. I just ask for Sophia, that you please use black pen. And that's really it. It's very simple. At the bottom, you get it notarized. So this bottom portion, you don't fill that out until you're in front of a notary. And if you have any questions, like I said,
Are they getting notarized?
well, usually here, you know,
We have a notary, notarize our petition.
Bring it right to me. I notarize it first.
yeah. So usually, Keith will probably be able to help you with a notary. We also have a notary at our office, which on the bottom of the toolkit is our address. So we'll have the notary there during working hours. And then also your bank also will usually notarize them for free for you. That's good to know. I would assume most banks that I know of, I don't want to say all of them because there's always the exceptions. If you go to your bank just ask, hey, can you notarize this for me? And most likely they'll do it for free for you. Does anyone have any questions?
And where do you return?
To Keith. So Keith, you return them to Keith. If you need more petitions, Keith will also have more petitions for you. Yes, and
What's the deadline?
tomorrow. The deadline for the campaign to turn them in is November 21st, but we want to be getting them on a weekly basis. If this weekend you get a full page, I know you have 3, but if you get a full page this weekend, turn them into Keith already, and that way we can start checking them, because we need to check that the signatures are good. So the sooner we get the pages back, the better, so that we can be checking them and make sure that we're hitting our goals to make sure the mayor's on the ballot. So please don't keep them until November 21st. Turn them in as soon as you have a full page, and then we'll be happy to provide you with more pages as well. Do you have any other questions?
Still have to be a Chicago home resident.
Yes.
Chicago resident, yes. If they just moved here, like for example, if they moved here yesterday and they haven't updated their voter registration, just have them go on the Chicago Board of Elections website, update it, They can actually update it after they sign, as long as they update it before November 21st.
Don't go to the suburbs.
Right.
I know people think that the mayor of Chicago is all powerful. In the geographic boundaries of the city. And folks, again, first of all, thank you for circulating. But make it easy on yourself, right? Go to your family. Go to your grocery store. Go to your park. If you're playing sport, take them there. Make it easy on yourself. But the first question is, do you live in Chicago? Are you registered voter? If they say yes, get it assigned. Right? And then as soon as you get a sheet done, bring it back in so we can get it notarized. But don't hold them all. And we want to try to get this done as quickly as possible. The threshold, minimum threshold, is 12,500 valid signatures. So we're going for 40,000 to make sure that there's no ifs, ands, or buts.
That's
Right. So the more, the better, and the faster, the better. Again, make sure that people are registered to vote in the city. If they're not registered to vote, as you heard from Sophia, it couldn't be easier in the city of Chicago to register. All you got to do, you can do it from your phone, go to Board of Elections, fill out your information, and boom, you're registered. And all they got to do is register by November 21st of this year to be qualified to vote next year. So very simple, but critically important. All the hard work that we've done, all the things that we want to do, none of it matters if I'm not on the ballot. Now we're going to get there, but we got to get there with your help. All right? Any other questions that anyone has? Yes, sir.
Is this key specifically right here? Is where we come bring the ballots back?
Yes.
The folks that have petitions.
Yes. The petitions that we have, bring it back to this office and we'll get them back to the mayor's office.
Sounds great.
Yeah, we want to make it as easy as possible for you to do it. Now, if you want to come downtown to our office and that address is there, we're more than happy to do it. But if it's more convenient for you to come here. It'll get notarized, and then it'll come to us. And then we spend the time validating the signatures that you've got. So you don't have to worry about that. Just ask the question, if you live in the city of Chicago, are you registered to vote? And easy peasy. Any other questions or comments?
I was thinking, if someone just moved here and they're not sure if they live in the city, they can sign it. We'll check. Okay? Like if someone's not sure, just have them sign. We'll double check that they're registered in the city. We're checking these every day. But always, usually people know, right? This would be like a 1 in 1,000. That's probably what it would be. Yeah.
All right, any other questions or comments? Deborah, I think you need to bring us home.
Yep.
We need to hear this stuff.
And tell them this, who you be, who you are. The world know, my viewing audience know that you're a stepper. Tell them about the organization that you're with.
Justice Gents. I'm one of the, a member of the Justice Gents. And also I'm about shoes and false shines. And it's on, one of them is on 75th and Calumet, and the other one is on 76th and Halston. And today, it was a good day, because my cousin Gator came and got me and brought me down here to see Lori Lightfoot. And all you guys got to do is go out and vote for Lori Lightfoot. You know what I'm saying? Give her 4 more years, and let's see what she do.
Right. And you know, my thing is this. Where you from is that 39th Street. You need to let, because I got a lot of 39th Street people.
Born and raised on 39th, Indiana / Ida B. Wells. And I'm representing really all over Chicago, good people. I know a lot of good guys, a lot of good people about Lori Lightfoot.
Right, my man. I appreciate you, man. Hey, something else I want to let y'all know. This ain't my second cousin. This is my first cousin. And one thing we do, we vote early. Bam.